Hi, welcome to the third season of MCC Connects. I'm Mary Jo Griffin. Joining me today is Susan Woods, Associate Dean of Student Support Services. Welcome,
right.
Susan.
Hi, nice to see you.
Nice to see you too. I always like to start with asking a little bit about my guest, the guest here today. So you are the Associate Dean of Student Support Services.
Yes.
How did you end up at Middlesex? What is your background?
Oh, it's a long story, but I've been at Middlesex for 24 years. I started before the Bedford campus was built, before the Lowell campus was built or taken over, and I started part-time working in the transition program, which we're going to talk about a bit today, which is a unique program, and I was part-time at the time and had small children. Over the years, my job has evolved, and I now oversee all student support services. I work with the Dean of Students, so that includes the transition program, disability support services, counseling, our trio support programs, and academic support and tutoring.
All right, so tell us about the transition program.
Well, I love talking about the transition program. It's my lifeblood. So the transition program was started 28 years ago, and actually the person that was at the helm of Middlesex Community College, and really we credit with making it happen, was President Houlihan. And President Houlihan and a number of administrators saw a need for an alternative program for students for whom college-level academics would not be the right fit. Something that's going to prepare them for the work world, prepare them for life, prepare them for independence. The program was modeled from a program that exists, and I like to give them credit. It's at Lesley University. And we looked at that program, or my predecessors did, and said, we want to adopt this for the community college. And that's what they did. So the transition program started in 1985, and it's a 2-year non-credit certificate program designed for students with significant learning disabilities and challenges for whom college-level academics, even with support, would not necessarily be the right fit.
So how do you go about recruiting your students for the transition program?
There's a number of ways. We do a lot of work with our local high schools, both public, private, voc techs, and we also partner with a lot of human service agencies like the Mass Rehab Commission. We do a lot of outreach to the high schools. We also hold public information sessions. We do a lot of marketing. We do a lot of information. And some of our students come from a very, very long distance or a wide geographic area because this is a unique program. This model doesn't exist at any other community college. So we've had students come along with the Merrimack Valley and Middlesex County. We've had students coming from Boston, from southern New Hampshire, from the Worcester area, from the North Shore, and they've all traveled. The program is housed on the Bedford campus, but students participate in internships from Boston all the way up to Nashua.
Explain to me exactly what is a transitional student. What is the criteria to be a transitional student?
There's a few pieces. It's a selective program, so we are looking at applicants and we're looking at a number of things. We're looking at some information, their background from high school. All of our students have a history of receiving special education. We look at some of the evaluations from the high school which sort of indicate what their reading, writing, and math, where that falls in terms of grade equivalence, and also their level of independence. An ideal candidate is not any one type of student, but generally our students may be characterized as having significant learning disabilities. They may have reading, writing, and math that falls roughly between the 5th and the 8th grade equivalent range. So the challenge of an academic curriculum at a college level may be not the best fit for them.
The goal for them and for you in the transitional program is to have them independent in the workforce. So I know that a big piece of your program is the internship.
Right.
So, and that's how many days a week?
Well, let me tell you a little bit how it works. So a student comes into the program, they actually participate in classes 3 days a week on the Bedford campus. 4 classes, and the focus of the classes are both independent living, vocational skill development, personal and social development, communication skills, as well as job success and job seeking skills. So that occurs on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. On Tuesdays and Thursdays, all of our students participate in an internship, about a 7-hour day, placed in a company. And I'll tell you a little bit about the companies in a moment. And they're doing work that matches their vocational direction, their goals, and also matches what they're being trained in. Our students are earning a certificate in office and business support. So they're doing a number of operations that support a business or an operation. They may be data entry clerks, they may be doing clerical work, they may be doing maintenance, shipping and receiving, mailroom distribution, all things that keep the trains running, so to speak, in a business. So, for example, we have a strong relationship with the local hospitals because they have a lot of tasks or jobs that are very well suited to these students in training. We're also always developing new internship sites. One of our most recent is the Durkin Company. And we have sites in Boston at Suffolk University. We have sites in career centers, the Career Place and JobNet, as well as private companies.
Looking back on all the students you've had, are there any that stand out in particular?
There's numbers of standouts,
Sure.
and what's interesting is that since I've been involved in the program so long, we've had 3 reunions. Every 5 years is what I've committed to, and we've had over 100 students come back to attend the reunion. It's quite a big gala with a DJ and catered event, and the great thing that I see is the students that have left the program, they're working, they're independent, they have good, rich lives, but they're also still connected with the students they met in the program.
Oh, that's
so they come back, and it's a real genuine relationship, and they've sustained the relationships, which is really special.
Susan Woods, thank
you.
you so much, Associate Dean of Student Support Services. Thank you so much.
Nice seeing you.
We're going to take a short break. Please stay tuned.